MakingStarWars.net.
Hello, everyone. I am Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and a bunch of stuff right now is coming out about the new Tales of the Jedi series, and it's Star Wars Holocron has a bunch of pictures that are hitting right now. So I'm gonna throw a couple of those up. Right? I know you're in first. Every time I try to go play Xbox, something has to happen. But I'm not complaining. I'm actually really excited. It's going to be good because there's going to be a hard come down from all the Star Wars, and that sweet new Xbox X is going to keep me warm at night. That's what I know. But let's look at let me get up let me open this tab here, and we'll take a look at it. So yeah, so they're saying it's going to focus on Ahsoka. And like at different points of the career, that looks like it might be a young Dooku, maybe. I really don't know. Obviously, I'm not at the panel, and looks like we got. I mean, looks like we got young man Dooku. Look at the lightsaber there and everything. You know, before he becomes a Sith Lord, looks rad. I mean, that stuff looks awesome. I'm digging it. You know. And check this out right here. Looks like we got Ahsoka Tano. It's a mini series of 6 episodes, I think they said, and it focuses on different aspects of Ahsoka's career or life or career or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what they decided to go with word wise, so I may be misspeaking a little bit, but and I wasn't sure. Is that Lux Bonteri right here in the front? I can't really tell for certain. But that looks like probably not Lux Bonteri if that's Mace Windu with Count Dooku fighting some droids, but it's trippy to see Dooku with a blue lightsaber. And then okay, so he's saying I read it's about Dooku and Padawan and Qui-Gon. So I hope that's true. Hey, Rob, do you want to get on and talk about this stuff? So I'll send you the invite right now. I just didn't want to overwhelm you with stuff that I didn't know if it was you know. I'm gonna send you the invite, Rob, and if you want to jump on, you can since you're here. I will send you that now. Boom. And Aria just showed me that Joby Harold is there. Oh, there's Roken and the whole cast of Kenobi. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, clearly that is young. That right there's young Dooku, and there's Mace, young as relative. So 3 episodes about Dooku and 3 about Ahsoka. That is awesome. That is really rad. Yeah, I'm looking. My mic is messed up again. Really? Is it really doing it again? Test. I don't know what to say. Let's see. All right, that's better now. Okay, cool. Hey, Rob, how's it going?
It's all right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I guess I was sounding a little wacky there. Wacky. I was a little bit wacky today. Cody said, "What's up, man? I've never been shouted at yet." Ah, how's it going, Cody?
Oh, I just yelled at one of my streamers. You want some, Cody?
Did you really?
Unless you think that's exclusive to this stream.
Oh,
I need to chill. Don't tell me to chill.
Okay,
it's gonna make it worse.
Okay, so yeah,
this is cool, right?
Yeah. Looks like right there we got some Mace Windu, and then we got this is like Ahsoka. So I guess 3 stories of
that's the
Ahsoka.
shot I like right there. That right there.
Yeah. Well, wonder.
I hope they pull that off.
Is that
like that?
I wonder if this is an Inquisitor hunting Ahsoka. She looks like she has some bell bottoms on, so that might be Star Wars 1977.
Nice.
Just gonna throw that out there. Hard to say, right? But look at young man Dooku.
Yeah, I know, right?
So he's like, yeah, I'm like Severus Snape if he banged Harry Potter's mom, pretty much. And right here, yeah. So is that young Qui-Gon right there behind him?
Oh yeah, huh? Maybe he just has
It
a
looks,
soul patch. You
yeah. Or I
know,
mean that might just
Qui-Gon
be a
had a
guy
soul
who's
patch.
bringing him his cool beer too. He's like, yeah, I'll have a light beer. I'm watching my weight.
It's Bantha beer.
Oops,
Right? They don't
that's
have butter beer. They have Bantha beer.
Bantha beer.
Yeah. You laugh until that shit shows up.
I know, man.
It's just stupid enough to work.
I know. You're not wrong. But let me see. So somebody messaged me. Oh man, my mic is now falling over. Ahsoka and Dooku are the central figures. Also, for young Qui-Gon is voiced by Liam and his son.
Oh wow.
That's interesting. Yeah. If his son sounds like him, that's it. That's pretty cool. You know, in the right way.
He talks like this. Like,
Yeah.
Judge Doom.
I have a certain set of skills. You're like, no.
He's like actually got his infant because he pees himself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tom, for the million thing today. Yeah. Oh, actually, I can't see it because the person has to be blocked because I'm a monster man. But I'm sure it was cool. These people. But yeah, so anyways, so that is solved. I mean, for a long time, we were going back and forth. Is this going to be the Tales of the Jedi comic book? And we were like, high chance it's not, But what is it?
Right.
What is it going to be? And it's nice just to know. Essentially,
it's prequel stories.
Yeah.
Prequels to the prequels. From the
All right,
prequels.
I'm gonna shot this. Since the person blocked me, they could suck it about their what do you call it? But I mean, just because you went to the super spreader event doesn't mean that you're better than me.
Got a little bit of that Christopher Walken here, right? He's got a little bit of that young dude.
Yeah,
yeah,
he does. All right,
chip. This will provide enough power to fuel a Death Star.
Okay, hold on. I'm putting the images
galaxy
in
like one big lightsaber.
Okay. Wait. All right, so there's that one. It's pretty much the one that we just saw. And then here he is. Look at him. Look at Qui-Gon. It looks like he's ready to fucking join the fucking police. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, Rico Kasich, you owe me $16.
It's too thin
that's pretty
for that. Grossly overweight the police. But yes. He's got that.
No, I mean he's got that 1984 just what I needed haircut going,
3 years from now it'll be like that full big hair look. Like you think Qui-Gon Jinn in his teens had the big hair,
I don't know. I mean, right here they put this front flap so he could piss his pants all he wants and you can't tell. That's the cool part about
my
this
water
costume.
burst.
Yeah.
I didn't pee myself, I swear.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of potential in what they can do with these kinds of stories. Like you want to keep them exciting and fun and you don't want to make it tedious. At the same time, Count Dooku is a political ideologue that ends up losing his faith in democracy and turns to the dark side, hoping that he can kill the Sith and then course correct, and then he thinks he's going to lay down the power, which never happens. But that's what he thinks he's going to do. And then we have Qui-Gon Jinn, which is actually a pretty normal thing. I mean, that's what every dictator mostly starts as, that they're not just completely a sociopath the whole time. But on the other hand, you have Qui-Gon Jinn, who just says, you know what? I don't fucking believe in the systems either. I'm just going to operate outside of them. Not going to put me on the Jedi Council. Don't care. That's fine. Going to do my own thing. Force tells me what to do. And in a weird way has more wisdom that obviously than his master does. This is my takeaway anyway, based off of the impressions, the implied story, which as Star Wars fans, we really need to get used to the implied story and the promised story. The implied story is never canon. Just because you thought it was, or I thought it was, or Rob thought it was. Don't yell at me, Rob. I'm sorry. I know you just got off your stream and you're pretty volatile right now. But
listen to Kevin Smith for a little bit when he was talking about the Kenobi series.
Yeah.
And he was like, she called her bitch. She didn't know that. That breaks canon. And I'm like, we're doing that now, Kevin, with canon? You know, like Qui-Gon Jinn breaks canon. Like, this is get all, you know, I mean, never mind she calls him Ben in the fucking movie, but I mean, like, it's just funny what people, it's just funny, man, what fans consider canon, not canon. You know?
Yeah. As a kid, you know, when Star Wars came out, or was out, but when it came out for me, like on video, and I got it, and I was like watching A New Hope pretty often, I was like Ben and Obi-Wan, and he used to be, and then I just thought like Obi-Wan was like his real name, and it was a lot, so they called him Ben. Like that's what I assumed when I was a kid, you know, like that's a lot, you know. And I had friends from other countries, you know what I mean, who were like refugees and stuff, and from other countries, and I just thought like, oh yeah, you know, we don't use his full name because it's really hard. We call him Charlie, you know, and that's just what I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought they had a name before they joined the Order. When they joined the Order, they took a Jedi name.
Yeah.
You know, so like Ben was his human name, you know, his regular civilian name, and Obi-Wan was his temple name kind of thing, you know?
Right. Or his
and
rank.
Like same with like when you joined when you joined the bad guys, you'd be Darth and then pick a fucking coat. Darth Payback, Darth Hangman, Darth Bob, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, choose your analogy there.
Man, I became a Jedi and they called me Susie. Sucks. Wanted a cool name like
Well, it's
Obi-Wan.
because you're a Banshee.
But I'm Susie and the Banshees. Yeah. So without the beard. Yeah.
He's got a soul patch.
A soul patch.
Those hairs.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I'm digging it though. Like this is the kind of stuff that you know, this is like why I liked a lot of like the Plagueis novel, because I mean there's like a lot of like potential here about like what the stuff could mean, where it can go, because like you know, these guys end up with Sifo-Dyas and you know, who ends up going in and making the clones, because he doesn't believe that the Republic can save itself. He has to do it. And then Qui-Gon dying is what allows everything to get into motion, and which is one of the greater backstory elements that I enjoyed, actually, because it did make it where like, wow, if Qui-Gon doesn't die, everything really ends up well, and he does.
Well, don't forget, Jason, Sifo had a brother named Amma.
Amma?
And so, yeah, same last name.
Amadeus? Amadeus? Amadeus?
Yeah, he's a musician, though, you know, like to
Dave
rock, so.
Dave Filoni actually made a character named Amagundai, and he died right away. His name was Amagundai. So stupid.
Given Filoni's recent mustache, I believe it.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Did I tell you my my Babu Frick theory in Mando 3?
No.
He's gonna build IG-11 into the Grogu mech.
Great theory.
I
buy that.
Doesn't that line up? That. Yeah. That lines up, right?
If it doesn't, if it doesn't,
oh, if
they
it doesn't,
really start listening to you.
We need to talk.
Out comes the chimp. Get the chimp.
Yep. That's what I say.
Chimp with the weld, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what's. Yeah. So, yeah. Here's another picture. Well, shit. Hold on. I'm gonna take this down and put the other one back
They
up.
said 6 episodes of this, right?
3 of Ahsoka and 3 of Dooku and Qui-Gon. It sounds like, and maybe it's good. Yeah, so maybe it's going to be one of those things where they just are kind of trying this, lightly dabbling in this, and then if it connects, gets good numbers, then they keep doing it. It could be good. Some of the stuff, though, I mean, some of the stuff could make a really great Disney Plus series too, though. Just gonna throw that out there, that it like in a way, I would rather get it than not get it, So I'm not bitching, but yeah. So right there, we got Mace and Dooku, and this guy right here who owes Mace Windu $16, and Mace Windu wants his $16 back, so he called his friend Dooku and said, "We're gonna jump him. We're gonna jump him and get our $16." I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on here.
Well, Mace is busy walking to Earth, so
yeah. Well, that was. I mean, what somebody's asking what the animation style is, and Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron, Clone Wars animation style. For a time, that was like my working theory, is that they would go that way, and maybe they rebuilt Anakin and Obi-Wan's models for that final season of Clone Wars because they were going to get more longevity out of it by using it somewhere else. But so far, I haven't seen anything yet. Like, the panel's happening still, I believe, and but I haven't seen any or heard anything about what it's gonna look like. And they are clearly trying to keep it a little bit on the down low, because clearly the show is well into production. If it was part of the Lucasfilm holiday gift this last holiday season, which is a good 5 months ago now, and but looks like they're just sticking to the concept art for now. Not sure what that means. Not sure what we should expect, so to speak, but would be cool if they showed a trailer for it. I kind of half expected that they would show a trailer, considering how many things we've gotten trailers for. I didn't think we would. This is the thing I thought we would get the trailer for, but we'll have to see.
Fooled you.
Okay, here we go.
You're so dumb.
You're such a freaking idiot. We actually have the actual logo now. Here we go. Oops, I don't want to change my display name, computer. All right, there's the actual logo, which is, what we pretty much were looking at before, more or less. Tales of the Jedi is an anthology of original animated shorts, each one featuring Jedi from the prequel era, streaming fall 2022 only on Netflix. Netflix, the only place to consume Star Wars. Yeah.
You think they'll just jump back and forth? Like, one will be Ahsoka, and then the Dooku, and then the Ahsoka, and then the Dooku.
Dude, with the amount of time that we have left in the year, like I don't, and with the amount of like overlap and stuff, like I don't know if they're gonna pull a one thing at a time on this one. No Marvel going while Star Wars is going. No Star Wars. No.
I just meant
Star Wars
episodes.
No. So what I'm saying is, with what we have left, I think they're just going to drop all 6. So it'll probably just be like 3 of Qui-Gon, Dooku, and 3 of Ahsoka. That would be my guess, anyways. But maybe they will tell us, but they probably won't. I don't know. I don't know what to expect in the world anymore, Rob. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Dooku, I've lost my faith in humanity. I don't believe in much.
You got an Xbox for free.
You know what? I do. You know what?
You literally should be like, humanity is redeemed.
Humanity is redeemed.
That's Russia's being not so fun right now, but that Xbox, you should bring it back, bud.
Okay, it's all back. It's all back.
A little capitalism can do for you.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a Qui-Gon perspective. I'm all about the living force.
I thought you were gonna take a Qui-Gon, use the bathroom.
that's what we call it around here.
I was like, Jason, don't.
Taking a Qui-Gon's when you just, like, instead of getting up, you just let a little bit of pee out. Just let a little bit out. Uh-oh, who's here? Say hi, Penny. You're supposed to say
Chaco
hi, Penny.
Iwako.
Yep. He says he just called them Chaco Iwako.
Chocolate Iwako.
See?
Why is it chocolate Iwako? Teddy bear.
Jacko on his backo. All right. So Jonathan says, if Tales of the Jedi is a prequel to the prequels, I assume it will have no connections to the Acolyte. Yeah, I mean, Acolyte's like 100 years before, and this is maybe, well, it sounds like it's 25, but I don't even know if I go with prequel to the prequel because Ahsoka comes after Attack of the Clones. So a prequel to the prequel and a prequel to a prequel, kind of, right? In a weird way.
Right.
But they didn't. I don't know if they've confirmed what era Ahsoka's stories are in. I'm not saying that they haven't. I haven't seen it yet though, because like Ahsoka's stories may all be, whatever they may.
So in
may
the
take
down low
place.
Republic.
Well, I mean, it might be her fighting Inquisitors, right? Which would be after Revenge of the Sith. So it's kind of hard to know what to.
Do they bring back
here.
the Clone Wars actress, or do they get Rosario to voice it?
Oh, that would be insulting if they did that to Ashley Eckstein, I think. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. But I would imagine they would get Ashley Eckstein. That would make the most sense, I think. But okay. So I'm going over to the photos tab here, and I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that has been shown for it. And I don't think. Oh wait, is this? Anakin and Ahsoka will be reunited in Tales of the Jedi. It says Star Wars Holocron. Let me throw this up on the screen for you all. So we always love the paintings, And then Ghost Tech says, "Bro, you were right in episode 1 and 2. The leaks are real. Of course they are. Of course they are. I do not.
Also, punctuation matters. Turn off that caps, bud.
You know what? Ghost X, if you're complimenting me, you can do whatever you want, however you want.
Nah, it's like a episode of Invader Zim where just everyone yells.
But if you're complimenting Rob, you better have your punctuation fucking down because I won't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, it's in the chat.
We're all excited.
Yeah, we are all excited. I'm excited. I mean, no, it's pretty good though. I mean, when you get down to like what we have coming, I mean, we're like we have 6 months left in the year now. We have the rest of Obi-Wan, which is like 3 episodes, but we have like 4 episodes, but basically like after this week, like 3, and then we have Andor, and then we have Tales of the Jedi, and then I don't know what's up with Bad Batch. I think we find out tomorrow, but something tells me Bad Batches won't be until next year for sure, right? If this is coming and stuff like that, I don't see.
I don't know. I mean, they dropped Visions out of nowhere once, so
yeah,
hard to say. I can't predict their animation schedules or their, I just can't. Like, it's so. The fact that we know all about this and still don't know anything about Bad Batches is weird too, right? Like, you'd think you'd start with the thing that everyone knows and then go to the new stuff, but it's in backwards.
Yeah,
so, I don't know, man. I mean, sure.
Yeah,
I just don't think they
my daughter Penny. Say hi, Penny. Sorry. Go on, Rob.
I'm about the same size now as your daughter, by the way. Like,
yeah, you are a little tiny.
So much now. Yeah, I'm a little tiny guy.
You're a little tiny guy. Look at you, little tiny guy.
Look at me. Yeah.
Actually, he's asking me if you're my daughter. No, Rob is not my daughter.
Oh
no.
I'm his kid sister. Remember,
kid sister.
Wherever you go, you gotta go.
Yeah, everywhere you go, I want to go. Yeah, that's how we got Chucky, man. My buddy. Okay, 3 of the 6 episodes will focus on Ahsoka with minimal dialogue and visuals to communicate the story.
That's the way I like it. Hold on, I gotta get the voice. Yeah, Star Wars is meant to be seen and not heard.
Right.
Yes, like children.
So I'm stretching this too far, but I wonder if oh, thank you, Penny. You want me to wear my glasses? Okay, Penny says I need to wear my glasses. I don't need them, but I wonder if that's Dooku stealing, or like deleting Camino and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean, or whatever from the archives. I wonder if they're gonna go with like a version of that story in this or something.
Right.
So, he says, "Is Tales not being streamed?" I don't think it is.
No, they're not streaming any of that stuff, really, right?
Yeah, if they are, this way is more fun. We get to guess what's going on. Junkbox says with the CO Bibble, I want my CO Bibble talk show where at least once per episode it's interrupted by the Nemodians. Oh no, it's a communications disruption. That can mean only one thing. And then it's Newt Gunray playing the piano. Dun, 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 dun. Newt Gunray and the Invasions is the band. Dun, dun. Yeah, that'd be good. Kind of like the Brack Show, but with CO Bibble.
We have nothing to rap until there's something to rap, and they start rapping.
In chat and 1 likes on the video. Hit that button, please. Thank you, Tomas. I've been doing this since I was 6 years old, and I only have 6 likes. Jonathan Freon says, do you think Bad Batch would get the axe from Disney if the viewership numbers are not great after season 2? The animation style seems expensive to animate. Yeah, I think that's true of anything. I mean, yeah, if it doesn't connect, I think they'll just wrap it up. Like I don't know this for a fact, but in my opinion, yeah, Resistance. Like no, that's actually a really good Resistance was made to be short, to be 2 seasons. Like the show in between shows is like literally what it was designed as. If it had been a runaway success, they would have made more. So what you have is here's our short story and here's our long story. We got the short stories is what I think happened with Resistance.
Right.
Penny.
Communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion. Jason, no one can hear you. Those little Ewoks probably tripped right over the cable. It was great because he even went and then buzzed out. This is awesome. Now it's just me, and I'm hiding behind Jonathan's like icon too. So.
All right. Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, you're back. You're back.
If it's not myself taking the show down, I got kids with an Ewok forming an Ewok resistance here, taking the show down. So, but I brought
McDonald's pancakes for Penny. Maybe tomorrow.
I got her pancakes this morning. It was Saturday. I was like, "Want some pancakes?" Yeah. So,
nice.
I like that Rick Jones remembers that one day I said I was Striker.
Oh yeah, we need a striker. We need to do a striker shirt.
Striker in the mornings.
Yeah,
but but I visually that looks awesome, and so it's definitely sounds like it's going to be a little bit maybe of I mean this in the best way. Maybe it's going to be a little bit pretentious on the art and the animated art style, like. No, it's almost a silent film, kind of thing. But I'm all for it. But it's definitely.
Does he have one of those English hats? This English colonial, pre-World War I hats, right?
What if
they do?
Yeah, what if they take those off and they're all Kiani Mundis?
They're all that's the safari hat that the colonial dudes would wear when they go off on safari, right? Like.
Yeah,
they're all Kiadi Mundis. That you know what? You're probably even more right. They're all.
little fox from Last Jedi down there, maybe.
It's a fan egg. I put one in
Yeah.
every series.
I have heard that when we get to in Kenobi, when we get to the dudes on Jabim, the partisans, that they have like a real World War I kind of thing going. So not exactly, unheard of in the Star Wars realm to do callbacks to different moments of military history. This is all I'm getting all of this
I'm just like didn't expect
from
to see it. I was like, hey, look at that.
SW Holocron is where I'm getting all of this from. They have a lot of pictures, and
I think one day they'll get the bowler hat into Star Wars. We haven't seen the bowler hat yet, have we? I feel like Dexter would have worn one.
I think we saw one in Clone Wars.
Okay.
But right here we got little Ahsoka, looks like. Yeah, it's what is that in front of her? Can't tell what it is.
Damn, that depth of field.
Yeah.
Almost as like they're holding staffs or something, but I don't know. It could be.
Oh wow.
No,
so
those are other of her races,
okay.
right? Those tendrils with capes. See?
No, at Janina, who played Iden Versio in Battlefront 2, will voice Ahsoka's mother in Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah,
So
those are other of her race right there. Probably her mom.
So that means Ahsoka's mother is going to be in it, voiced by the Iden Versio actor. So we are probably, so that means actually I think slightly jokingly I guessed this. I remember saying if it has Ahsoka in it, we're gonna see her get picked up by Plo Koon, and so clearly that's what we're gonna see, because if we're seeing Ahsoka's mom, we're gonna see Plo Koon come and get her, right? Doesn't that seem like I was kind of joking before, but now I am serious about it. My other theory is Babu Frick is going to build Grogu's mech. So
yeah, I buy that.
I
buy the Babu.
You buy the Babu?
Yeah, I buy
all that. The Babu all the time.
That's the only reason I have him in there. To be perfectly honest with you.
That's the only reason that makes any sense, right?
Well, look, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Oh wow. Okay, here we go. They showed it. Not it, but they showed this. So right there looks like Ahsoka's mom, little baby Ahsoka. And look at an episode of Tales of the Jedi featuring Ahsoka and her mother. So this must be, yeah. I mean, and that's pretty much the baby that we saw from Clone Wars when she's with what's his name? I mean, in terms of design, it's very
have a little bit of Nausicaa feeling to their caps and stuff too.
I like that they like on the top of the mom's thing, it has like the little like, tied off end to the point. It doesn't look as bad as how we were kind of laughing about how it looked like she had two erect dicks on top of her head. And when she was in the white costume. So I kind of like what they did there. I think maybe they were kind of like, yeah, we gotta do something with that.
Or when you get hit in the head in a Tom and Jerry cartoon, the big lump shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks cool though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to these. So I'm curious about the episode length of them, so I know, the depth, of it. So
each one's gonna be about 4 hours long. So hope you like it. Yeah, and no talking. So you just gotta pay attention.
Yeah. So right here, Jaina Gavankar will voice Ahsoka's mother in Tales of the Jedi. So more confirmation of that.
She's got a face for radio, Jason, don't she?
Oh, I know. What she belongs in animation.
Yeah.
Does she? Wow. Good thing they don't give all the voice acting roles to hot people. No, I'm kidding.
Thank God for ADR, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, Iden Versio's pretty smoking. Iden Versio's. All right, here's another picture from the panel of Ahsoka.
Meanwhile, Clint Howard's like, I'm in a live action Star Wars. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You don't have to tear down one to lift another. Yes, I do. You're not gonna laugh if I'm fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it
Gotta
works.
say though, man. I mean, if you know, I mean, Ron Howard's like he's like he's like a grandpa now. But when he was like on Happy Days, the guy was probably slaying it, But man, imagine like if you were you were Clint, like that's gotta suck, man. Like
I was in Star Trek.
I'm the really weird looking brother who gets the space alien roles. I'm so weird looking.
I'm space alien baby. First one
Meanwhile,
ever.
meanwhile, my brother gets to direct Star Wars and probably Bone Chachi.
I look like teeth grew a head and a feet, Basically, he's the human version of the Twizzlers mascot,
Aria, did you ever think that maybe I'm an Ahsoka and I don't have a receding hairline? Maybe you got it backwards. Maybe I'm just a baby Ahsoka.
Aria, that baby's looking more and more like me without the orange skin every day.
Batorian said, Dave said it was originally going to be the story of Plo Koon finding her, but it shifted to a story of Ahsoka's mother. Oh, okay. Well,
we thought stealing kids wouldn't play well.
Yeah.
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 Back when George ran this place, we'd be stealing babies all day.
Yeah. Pretty much all me and George did was get together and write stories about stealing babies.
Turns out when you hire women, they let you know that's baby stealing.
They said it wasn't okay, so we stopped.
Then we all went to In-N-Out and had them fries because they're the best fries ever, don't you think?
When Clone Wars got canceled, I remember like the word came out that it got canceled, but there was no official word. And then there was a picture that they posted of Dave and Ashley Eckstein and a couple of the other cast members at In-N-Out, where he was clearly telling them they were canceled. And they had their order was 66, and like he's like holding up the order 66 thing, like, well.
I really feel like I didn't know that. I feel like I got this dude figured out. I'm from San Diego. I know animators.
Yeah.
I've been to LA plenty of times. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there happens to be anything else in terms of the photos that have hit, but man, I'm pretty excited. I mean, the Ahsoka thing is like, I'm cool with it. Like I'm about it, but I'm a live action Ahsoka show is coming, so it's like it kind of is what it is on that front. Like
it's gonna be a prequel to the series in a way, right? And that it gives you the setup for that character without having to watch 7 seasons of.
I don't know.
That's why Plo Koon isn't the focus on this right now, probably because those themes probably matter more to that series than Plo Koon.
Well, like if we're telling her life before Plo Koon, I don't know if it relates to anything, unless we have a story in Star Wars Ahsoka where Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order and then goes and looks for her own family and does go home, and then when she's home, the Inquisitors start hunting her because they're hunting anybody with Force powers, and she has to run again. There is a chance the story goes that way, but I don't know. I mean, it may be so far. It may even be something where now that we are where we are with Ahsoka, they could just start telling these like stories that are okay to tell in the sense that they don't write them into a corner now. But let's just IO9 was there. And let's just look at their story really quickly for the facts as they're being reported anyhow. See here. All right. Okay. So this is I think probably the Germain article. Is this by Germain? Or this is by Justin Carter. Qui-Gon and Count Dooku return in new anthology series Tales of the Jedi. Clone Wars' Dave Filoni goes back to animation for the upcoming anthology series. When it's not devoting entire sagas to one specific character or faction, Star Wars is putting out anthology adventures covering different slices of George Lucas's space opera. Star Wars Visions offered us a different look at all parts of the galaxy, but the next anthology series is going a different route by narrowing its focus to one specific group of people: Jedi moms. Ever wonder what Count Dooku's mom was like? Now you'll know. No, that's right. We're going back to the Jedi. Tales of the Jedi was revealed officially at Star Wars Celebration on Saturday, which is a new animated series offering us a look at different Jedi from various points in the religious order's tumultuous history in the era of prequels. Dave Filoni, a guiding hand behind big animation tentpoles for the Clone Wars and Rebels, along with The Mandalorian and the upcoming Ahsoka series, serves as writer and executive producer of the series, in case you need an extra reason to get excited. Oh, the executive producer, fuck yeah! Oh, sorry. You know how much I hate Kathleen Kennedy when she executive produces stuff. I get real mad, and now I'm getting real happy when it's not her. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the views up. Tales shares this title from a 35-issue Dark Horse comic book series from the 90s. It became one of the first real attempts at building up Star Wars' expanded universe, focusing on Jedi whose lives predated the original and prequel trilogies. This iteration of Tales are a series of shorts aimed on doing some extra character work. In a way, I couldn't do it in Clone Wars, Filoni says. While making Mandalorian, he was also writing Tales scripts to pass the time between flights. Eventually, co-producer finally being asked by co-producer Carrie Beck if he could. I don't know. Naturally, 3 shorts will feature. Okay, this must have been like they're just getting it out and they haven't like fixed all the typos. Naturally, these shorts will feature fan favorites such as Ahsoka Tano, who we'll see in a trio of separate shorts that span her entire life. One image of concept art at the panel showed her facing off against an Inquisitor. Another character to receive their own shorts will be Count Dooku, at a time before he became a Sith, who got informed of his demotion via decapitation. His 3 stories will feature Mace Windu and his apprentice. Wait, his 3 stories will feature Mace Windu and his apprentice. I think it's supposed to be Qui-Gon Jinn is Dooku's apprentice, and Mace Windu is in it, who will be voiced by not 1 but 2 Neesons. By the way, on a side note, Liam Neeson returned to Clone Wars because his son liked Clone Wars a lot. So it's kind of cool, I guess, his son gets to voice, Liam will return to reprise the role, while his son Michael will voice a younger version of the character. The new Tales may not entirely scratch the itch those old stories did back in the day, but they should do a much better job at making the Jedi as cool as the franchise wants you to think they are most of the time. Look for Tales of the Jedi.
Dig.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
I like
guess. Look at the Tales of the Jedi to hit Disney Plus this fall. And then, yeah. So, sounds cool. I'm in. I'm going to watch it, I like it. I like it too because I think there's not enough to overcommit you. So I think you'll have a good time. If you don't like it, you'll be in and out. And if you do like it, great, right? Is what it is. Yeah.
Liam does do TV, actually. Yeah, I suggest you go watch Life is Too Short.
I suggest you watch a few more episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're gonna see Liam Neeson doing a lot of fucking TV.
Shit, Jason, you got me on that one. I could show you can watch that right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Give it a couple weeks.
Yeah. This whole idea, I honestly, strangely enough, in my opinion, when John Boyega said, I don't do no fucking TV shows, I'm John Boyega, film star, right? When he was saying that, I think that was the last guy of his generation to think that way, because that
he'll do TV.
That gap, he'll do TV.
He's coming to Disney Plus within 10 years.
He actually has a movie actually coming out that is getting a lot of acclaim. But that said, yeah, I think we're in the golden age of TV right now. Anybody with any kind of acting chops or whatever, RD. And I'm telling you in an interview that I did that he's going to be in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's totally lying, and he will do TV, and he's done TV, and that was just his way of shutting up the reporter. And that was like,
right.
That was just to
Doesn't
shut
spill
it
the
down.
beans.
Yeah. And sorry, Artie, I didn't mean to yell at you. I get really excited about this.
That's my job, Jason. You're really encroaching on my
I know,
territory.
I know. No, he says RD says he did an interview saying he won't do TV a few weeks ago. That he's lying. Obviously, he's totally just deflecting, and I've heard it a lot. So, and it's pretty funny because can you imagine this idea that like he won't do TV, but he's doing a cartoon? I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's just extra funny. It's funny on so many different levels. But yeah, so
this isn't Miami Vice. I'm never going back. You know, like I don't.
Yeah, it's playing up. I mean, right now we got him. We got him playing Qui-Gon. How many times now? He's playing Qui-Gon a few times. He's doing a voice of Qui-Gon a few times. He's doing a shot of Qui-Gon. So I'm excited though because I don't know. I mean, it just goes to show you whenever you see something in Star Wars and you go, they squandered that. They could have done so much more. They didn't do it that time. Well, if it's good enough, they will. You know, they will get to it for the most part. You know, not every time.
Didn't
it doesn't
he
mean
play Hitler once.
Did he?
I want to say
he played Oscar Schindler.
It's in the back of my head, man.
Yeah.
But he was on Touched by an Angel. I remember that shit, right?
Was he?
Like
he was?
Bro, this was back when I cared, you know, about like all this shit. So I remember being on that because I was laughing.
I only saw ER one time, and that was because Ewan McGregor was on it and he was going to be Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and he's definitely in Life's Too Short. Like that was a fantastic cameo. Yeah.
Salvador says, I love all Star Wars TV series and movies, but what I really enjoy the most is the episodical Skywalker Saga movies. I hope in a few years we hear something about episodes 10 through 12. Yeah, I would say that is inevitable. I can't speak now. It's going to happen. Most indubitably, it will happen. It has to. Eventually.
Within 10 years.
But I think they'll do a whole big run outside of it, and then I would say my prediction would be around every 10 years they go back to it. Around every 10 years they
put 400 million into each Rise of the Resistance, right? They're not just gonna be like, hope you remember that. See you in 20 years. Like
Kathleen Kennedy was like pretty upfront. I think that they plan on continuing into that era in future movies and stuff like that. And so and I'm with you, but at the same time, for what it's worth, they seem to have also abandoned the plan for Batuu. I mean, Fennec and Boba are coming in there now, which I'm not a fan of it. I really think you had a vision and you should have stuck to it, and you never saw it through. And then now you have characters that are out of canon for the time showing up there, and so now it's just becoming Disney, Tomorrowland 2.0, Tomorrowland Star Wars.
I would have done that from the beginning. Now,
I mean, if they want to change everything to being the Mando universe, do that.
I just think it should be a Star Wars. Like, I hear you, but look, I don't want it's like that Harry Potter land is pretty fucking cool. I'm not even a Harry Potter guy. They did a good job on it. I just don't think it needs to tie into actual continuity, like be part of the storyline, like. Well,
it was supposed to have books. There was a whole thing that was supposed to happen. Bob Chapek fucked it up. But the one thing that I am going to throw out there is that with the Mando verse, as we are calling it right now for some dumb reason, characters going in there. Well, how do you make it? How do you reconcile it? Well, if the First Order pops up towards the back end of the Mando stories, now Rise of the Resistance, with the exception of there being like Kylo Ren and stuff in there, but you could change that out if they wanted to.
It should just be a Star Wars land with a really cool shell.
Have you been there? Have you ever been to it?
No.
It would be, honestly, dude, here's what it would feel like. It'd feel like going into like Knott's Berry Farm, and then all of a sudden, like they're not cowboys, they're knights. The fucking medieval times people are there now. It just I mean, just
hear
just
ya.
pick
I just
something and
don't-
stick to it. Just pick something and stick to it. It's like,
Oh,
it's
I
not that.
agree. So, which is why
And-
when they tell
and
me, sorry.
It doesn't mean that if they close, see, people act like it's all or nothing. They actually have all. It's not all or nothing, because what they do is in Tomorrowland, that's where you go, and that's where Darth Vader is. That's where Boba Fett is. That's so and it's and by having those things,
Yeah, but
usually
it's-
speaking,
But
I'm
it's
saying
jutted up next to an arcade and the people mover. Like, you have a whole area where you can. They're
But
not
if it
losing
doesn't
that
matter,
real estate for Star Tours.
you know,
unless they
Well-
had just moved it. If it were me, I would have moved that Star Tours out. They have no idea. They don't know what to do with Tomorrowland.
Oh, but Star
We could
Tours is
endlessly
still
talk
Star
about
Wars.
it.
Yeah, no, but without Star Tours, Tomorrowland would fucking be dead. Like, if
That's
you
what
go
I'm
there-
saying. They don't know what
Yeah.
to do with tomorrow, which is why I would have scrapped Tomorrowland and made that Marvel Land and been
Mhm.
like like that's like, and like maybe even one point or like the Buzz Lightyear fucking something over there. Like, they've never known what to do Tomorrowland. That goes back to 1955. It used to be just a giant product placement for Kodak and the House of the Future and stupid shit like that. Like, so, matter of fact, there used to be a pirate ship in fucking Tomorrowland. like right next to it was it was a giant pirate ship where the fucking submarines are, and it was that's where you got the tuna. They sold cans of tuna and shit, and then they moved that. Bro, this goes on forever. All I'm saying is, you just want a place where people go and they get to live like they're in Star Wars, and people are so simple, man. Like, they really are quite simple. They're not gonna look at it and go, "This takes place in it." They're just not. They're just gonna go, "Where's fucking Sice Noodles? Where's the Jawas?"
Oh yeah. Have I ever told you my opinion of those people?
Yes.
Fuck them all.
I know. I disagree with you.
Arya
just go for
says,
fun, man.
If
Go for
Kenobi
fun.
doesn't have any music from Revenge of the Sith, I'll finally get mad about one thing. Arya, when Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are together, it's gonna be there. It's Duel of the Fates and Battle of the Heroes has to show up. I mean, and if they did that montage at the beginning, that says something. I hope. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get worried about what they're not gonna do yet. We need to just see what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Hello Me, they were saying that Dave said it was gonna have Plo Koon, and then they backed out on it once it became more about Ahsoka's mom, and the story, went where it wanted to go. I guess that's what it sounds like, anyhow. So, but at the same time, I would still have to think that what happens is it was probably about these moments of Ahsoka's mom getting her child to Plo Koon, and it probably had all this stuff about Plo Koon he wanted to do, and then that took over. So I'm still going to guess it ends with Plo Koon taking baby Ahsoka from the mom.
Plo Koon has no eyeballs and no moving mouth. And I guess when you want to convey emotion, having a character who can use their eyes and mouth helps. Even if they're not talking.
You know what? In Clone Wars, they came up with like a really nice grandfatherly voice for him. And they
say here they're doing minimal talking, right?
And, but like when he speaks stuff, like the mask, kind of did things with it. So they kind of got some expression out of him. But yeah, but point taken. Christian says, I absolutely love Ahsoka, but with her having her own show, I always tell the Jedi focus on another character alongside Dooku. Yeah, I mean, let's hope it's good, and then it being good means that they just keep doing it, and then in which case it's
I want my real poof series, bro. Yeah.
I mean, also I would imagine that people won't stop talking about the original Tales of the Jedi at some point, which may cause them to do a run of the Onderon story, of the original Onderon story, and from the comic that people love. I mean, that might be the place where we kind of get that stuff. So who knows though? But I mean, if this is just I can't tell yet if it's like a Dave Filoni vanity project of just little things he always wanted to do, and he's on a hot streak and nobody's telling him no at the moment, which I'm great. I hope that's the case. But we'll have to see, because it sounds like it's going to have more of that. It sounds like it's going to be like this midway point between Star Wars Visions and the Clone Wars. Like Visions here, Clone Wars here, and that's somewhere like in the middle of those two things, maybe.
Right.
I hope.
Yeah, I have to tune in because I have to support Star Wars anthology stories and animation. Like I need to support this more than we're committed to 24 episodes of dudes just blowing shit up and having wacky adventures, you know? Like I don't.
Well, and I would rather them throwing. I would rather have a bunch of short 6-episode style things thrown at us than committing to 22 episodes, and then in the middle episode it's like, we need to get this cake to the senator. If we don't get the cake to like let's make it inspired stories, and it sounds like that's what they got. I hope.
Unless Dan Harmon's going to write that episode, then I'll watch it.
Sure. Yeah.
Someone who will make that cake story fucking memorable, you know?
would he ever write Star Wars, or would he be too cool for it?
Oh, he'd write. I don't think
he would.
Yeah. I mean, he started with Rob Schrab on Scud, and you know what I mean? They wrote Monster House and all that other stuff. So I'm sure he's cool with it. You know, the question is, will they be like, all right, what you got? You know, like that's the real question, you know.
RD says, would you guys want to see Star Wars outside of the Skywalker storyline? Oh, please. I mean, honestly, I want
since 1983.
Yeah. I mean, I some of my favorite stuff is sort of outside of it, but when you say storyline, do you mean timeline? Because if you mean timeline, the answer is also yeah. I mean, the truth is I just want a bunch of I just want quality Star Wars that does its best all the time. Like that's what I hope for.
If it's within timeline, I want a pod racing series. If it's out of timeline, I want something so far removed that it looks, you know, like I said, more like Space Nouveau, or it looks like Samurai, like Star Wars Visions is perfect for me. The Ronin, Ninth Jedi, you know what I mean? Like those two storylines you could just take forward, and I'd watch, you know, 24 episodes of that shit if they had it in them.
Easy. So. Yeah. My lights are going crazy. Sorry. Harky says, what do you think they are going to do about the Grand Inquisitor dying? So
that image.
I know I didn't save it. I wish I had. It was so good.
No.
Somebody so I spoke to some sources about it, and they weren't elaborating, but they were like they said that he's not in the battle stuff at the end, but it's not, he would still be in Rebels. And I asked him, was like, is there some crazy thing going on? I was like, no, there's no crazy thing going on. It's not a big deal. It's like, don't even like think about it for the most part. It's not that important. So my takeaway right now, this isn't me reporting something. This is my takeaway from that. You could take away from what I just told you, whatever you want, because we're in the same boat essentially. But sounds like it's just not a big deal. So I'm thinking he just got stabbed. They think immediately think it's Obi-Wan who did it. He's down. He's out. The story only lasts a day or two, you know, so a couple days, and then by the time he gets out of bed, the story's over. And so that's where I think this is going. That's my working theory, and that Babu Frick builds the IG-11 mech that Grogu would. So those are my two working theories of the day. Toon says, I can't wait for young Qui-Gon. I was wanted to see more of him and Dooku since Clone Wars teased it in that alternate timeline vision. Yeah, what'll be cool about this too is if this one takes off, like we may very well end up seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi's probably off limits. But that's one thing that they could tell if they do continue the Obi-Wan series. Like I get asked a lot in DMs, what do you think they're going to do if they do another season of Kenobi? And my answer to that is always they can explore the relationship of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan more, and they could do some flashbacks to their stuff as opposed to the flashbacks with Anakin, instead of flashbacks with Qui-Gon, which they're kind of doing here in this cartoon. but they could do that, and then also like becoming a Force ghost. Maybe there's more to it than they could definitely leave it well enough alone, but they could also make it where he has to go out and find the Shaman of the Wills and do what Qui-Gon did, and to get the full training. And if they want to elongate
He's in the place
story.
for Space Lizard, my friend. He's on the Space Lizard planet.
And Rob wants him to do a bunch of Space Lizard, and I think that's cool. I really think it'll help him. I think he should start microdosing Space Lizard, though. I mean, can you just imagine? Like,
I like how that
that's why
chick's
he's
like,
so
"You want to
happy?"
buy any spice?" He's like, "I've been living on Tatooine for 10 years. We got plenty of fucking spice."
Yeah, yeah. I think that was his daughter, by the way.
Oh yeah.
In real life, yeah, I think that's his daughter, and that's why she like the lines like yeah, I had a father too, or something like that. It's kind of funny. Batorian says, anyone got a link to the Tales of the Jedi
She
trailer
should have been like,
footage?
I had one mother once. Now I have two. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So yeah, did the trailer footage leak? Is the question right now, because that'd be kind of nice to be able to get to that before we call this a show. But it's all go today. Yeah, you say that again, Mr. Max. Ari says, imagine if the song Immolation Scene gets played, the saddest song from Revenge of the Sith. I hope they play it when Obi-Wan gets burned. Revenge. So Salvador says, original George Lucas idea for episodes 10 through 12 would be interesting. How to build the galaxy after the Empire and the First Order. The criminal syndicates making chaos, and Darth Talon as main villain.
I'm not laughing at you, Salvador, but I just watched like 7 episodes of Criminal Syndicates, and I got to tell you, man, it's not a.
Well, here's the thing. Criminal syndicates need the right people, and I just don't think that Jon Favreau is a guy who writes criminal syndicates with a damn.
I don't.
Yeah. All the parts
think
are there.
John Kasdan did a very good job of it either in Solo.
But if you got Tony Gilroy who's doing Andor, I think he could do it. For instance,
right?
It's such a much more like, oh hey, it's such a much more grown up like concept. So, hey, are you here? Are you here to talk about Star Wars? Or are you here just to interrupt the show?
If I had my way, Jason, now, right, I would probably just start on the idea board. I'd put militarized Mandalorians or a unified Mandalorian race, versus a new order of Jedi versus a new threat. You know? And I would create a triangle, a competing triangle against the 3. You know?
Yeah. Sorry, my whole setup is coming down. It's not going to survive the week, you guys. I hope this is the last day of celebration, because the desk, the show, Penny, everything's working against me. But yeah, that's kind of somewhere where I could see it going now too. It's like when you have okay, Penny, you gotta go. You gotta go. You're fired. You're fired. You know what? You'll never work on this YouTube again. You took the mic down.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did. That's all your fault.
Miracle number 1, she took the mic down. Miracle number 2, she did it 3 more times.
Yeah, I mean, took the power down. You took the mic down. Ewoks attacked me. Are you trying to tell me you want to go play video games? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm bored.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me. You want to go play video games. I'll be done here when I'm done here. Yeah, I'm gonna spend the whole night with you. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna party. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. So original. Yeah. So anyways, like when it comes to the George Lucas idea stuff too, I think one of the kind of like funny parts about it conceptually is it's not necessarily off the table either if they decide to move forward, because the stuff that he wanted to happen didn't happen, because the whole story was like a day. There was no like time jumps. There was no like macro story to it. It was only a micro story. It was like those people and for over a couple of days. And so And I kind of thought that was a smart way to do it because it allows them to stay, in a era of Star Wars for a decade if they want to, telling stories in it before they need to move on and do a massive redesign and change eras and stuff like that. But that's where I was trying to say earlier is we may see the First Order stormtroopers show up in 5 years after Return of the Jedi. We don't know, or 6 years or 7 years. A year or two into Mando right now, as the First Order rises, we're supposed to see it come about in the Mando story. And Penny, don't do that, please. You've already turned off my lights now. See, you are on fire today. But anyways, the First Order is rising, and they're going to show up looking probably like the First Order at some point in the Mando show. That probably has pretty big implications for what they can do at Disneyland with a minor revision to Rise of the Resistance, and stuff like that, the characters who are in it. So, and I think Disney has a vested interest in doing stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff with Kylo and stuff that you see in there, that's all projection. There is one animatronic, I think, of Kylo in it, or two maybe. So, but once it comes time to do a revision, like every couple of years, they change the Indiana Jones, the Harrison Ford animatronic in the Indiana Jones ride. And I wouldn't be surprised if when that time comes for Rise of the Resistance, if that's when they do a changeover or something like that. Do you know how long episode 3 will be in minutes? Like I say, they're all about the 45-minute range, give or take. So in terms of that, I don't think there's there's nothing crazy coming in terms of like, oh no, it was a 20-minute episode, or oh no, the episode was 2 hours long. Like nothing like that's going to happen. They're just all 45 minutes. So that's what I think anyway. How's it going, Mike Porter? Get the cake to the senator on a shiny floating Vespa, right? Pretty much.
But if Dan Harmon writes it, it's gotta be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
story circle the shit out of that idea. Like,
yeah, the I who I think was Ewan McGregor's daughter. I'm not positive about that, but who I think was Ewan McGregor's daughter in Obi-Wan. She's definitely ready to stop selling drugs at some point and spice, and ready to join the Vespa gang, I think. Star Wars in a Game says it's going to be long as it needs to be. Lucasfilm told me to say it. Fandom Empire, how's it going, dude? Feeling very out of the loop at the minute. Been at the zoo with the family and just read Tales of the Jedi focuses on the prequel era Jedi. But is it actually mainly Ahsoka? It's 3 episodes of Ahsoka, 3 episodes of Dooku and Qui-Gon. So basically, when you get down to it, it's very small. It's very short. And so are they 20-minute episodes, or are they like, that's the other thing that matters is how long are those episodes? Because that's the one thing I haven't really got a feel for. Are these 22-minute like episodes of a show? Because if so, that's like an hour Ahsoka movie and an hour Dooku Qui-Gon movie. That's cool in terms of content.
See,
but if they're 5 minutes,
Jace,
then it's 30 minutes of show. It's like big deal.
It's spelled wrong. It's supposed to be Tails. So it's Jedi who have tails, or they put their hair in a way that's like tails. So you got Qui-Gon. That's why we couldn't do Plo Koon. He don't have a tail. But
yeah,
all the Jedis that have tails we can do. So
Filoni, is this because you're jealous of George doing red tails, so you wanted to do Jedi tails? You could tell us.
Yes.
because it doesn't mean
I was gonna do blue tails, but James Cameron told we can't do that. So.
Oh, Chosen One says for Tales of the Jedi. Okay, yeah, for Tales of the Jedi. Who knows? Who knows how long they are? I haven't seen it. I want a Rey Jedi Order maybe in season 2 and 3. I mean, that is what is generally cool about that kind of stuff, about something about an anthology series, is that there's so much that they can do with it. But also, it also means some things that will never get better. I'm trying to look at both ends of the spectrum on this. Like, boy, did I love that they were putting Darth Maul into Rebels and like telling the story beyond the Clone Wars. But then they killed him by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and now we can't have that in a live-action television series necessarily without it dismantling and making the animation way less value because fans value canon extraordinarily high. And
Yeah,
so,
man, we're getting like 3 different versions of the Inquisitor right now, man. So like, I don't know.
no, that one's a fat senator. It's a fat evil senator one. It's different.
Sure it is. Sure.
That's what they said. Baymax in the Tales of the Jedi is in the fall. I think we're getting Bad Batch straight after Kenobi. I hope so. I mean, we'll know tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Bad Batch panel, and I'll be back on to cover it. So we'll know tomorrow. But I would have thought Mando would have been this year too, based off of where it's at, and it's not. So I don't know what to expect. Gotta say though, I feel like Bad Batch must. Maybe I'm wrong, okay, but it seems like Bad Batch may be underperformed because they haven't said shit about it. It's nothing. It got moved to it's like Sunday at Celebration is usually where everyone's going home. Nobody cares. It's like it's not Cheap Trick at its prime. It's Cheap Trick at the State Fair. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know what to expect. Andor doesn't start until end of August. Yeah, and then what's before that? Is it She-Hulk before Andor? Is it Kenobi, She-Hulk, Andor? Is that how it goes? Probably more to it. It would be cool if there was like a little nice graphic they put out or something that just made it all clear.
Like on the site, like here's all this shit coming this year.
Well,
like right on Disney Plus. Yeah, that'd be nice.
It would also be cool if they had a camera like on Fresh Prince. Whenever Kathy Kennedy fires somebody, it's like you see her throwing them out, like of the ranch, like how they would throw DJ Jazzy Jeff out.
Oh, you mean yeah, bro? I'm listening to DJ Jazzy Jeff right now when we talk.
Are you really?
I subscribe to his site. It's great. He does 3 or 4 times, 2 to 3 times a week. He does his DJ streams. So it was him live. He puts everyone on cam, and he's super friendly. They do a costume contest on Halloween. Last year, his wife dressed up like Hillary. And he's like, I got her. It took a long time. I got fat and old, but I got her. It's great.
Yeah. Mark says the critics have so far liked Kenobi, but the fandom is relatively split. I guess Star Wars fans expect everything to be ESB level. I'm going to throw it out there and say the fans usually seem to like it overall for the most part.
Yeah, they're more forgiving.
But a lot of people who pretend to be Star Wars fans to make money on the internet have figured out you get a lot more money appealing to something by saying you're the biggest fan of it and then tearing it apart because it makes it seem like it's even worse. So, but at the same time, with what we have right now, I don't feel like anybody should really have made up their mind one way or the other about whether it's great or not. It's like when you see a movie, we watch the first 15 minutes of the movie. Essentially, we kind of watch act 1 of this thing. So it could easily fall apart.
Do you want to watch another episode? That's when it comes to TV series, I'm just like, do you want to watch another episode? Yeah. Then all right. It's so far so good. That's why we're Boba. I was like, after 2, I was like, all right. After 3, I'm like, 4. Oh, I don't know. 5.
Yeah, I let Boba play while I was cleaning, and again, so I've been putting it on a lot. It's kind of been like something I watch when I'm cleaning now, and a problem with Boba is where things happen. Like it has like high highs and low lows, and they don't make much sense. And then the narrative isn't linear, so they could have really put the high highs in the right places, and they just didn't. It's just needed another draft, at least, I'd say.
I thought a clever idea could have been that scene where he kills Bib Fortuna at the end of Mando and takes the throne. Literally could have been the last thing we see in the series. Like he could have just you don't know when that happens. Yeah. So it could have been that he finds out, Bib put the hit on that fucking Tusken clan. You know what I mean? And then he fucking goes and takes out the palace, but the palace siege is like an assault on Precinct 13 type battle,
Yeah.
And it's like an actual siege of that palace that ends with him taking it and then ruling it, and then it cuts out. Like, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you start playing with time, any of those events could have happened in a way that's just more compelling to tell it.
Sure.
I don't think Pulp Fiction's very compelling if you tell it linearly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's how it's told that makes a difference. Some people hate that, but oh well, that's compared to what we got, man. Like, I don't know, but so far with Obi-Wan, I'm like, I'll watch more. I still believe the fans that really like the prequel should be pretty happy right now because it's got a lot of prequel love in there.
I'm very happy.
Skeptical.
Yeah, I'm that the Kenobi series. It's hitting the mark for me. I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10 perfect. No, there's nothing I could see being done better, but I can see it have been a hell of a lot worse too. And I am excited by it the whole time I'm watching it. So yeah, I'm into it. I mean, it's stuff I've always wanted to see. Docket says, in the last Jedi Survivor trailer, didn't the guy in the Bacta tank look like Sin Drelig, the Jedi Temple Battlemaster head of security? And then Baymax says that Bacta tank dude is Sabayoth. They're going there. Yesterday I was talking to Bestman Bolton, and you know where he was taking it? He was taking it to Ren. He's like, I think that's Ren. I think that's the guy from the Knights of Ren comics. That's where he was taking it. I thought it was Sephiroth from Final Fantasy. That's who I think it is.
I'm with
I think
you
it's
on Sephiroth, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a Sephiroth cosplayer.
That's a Genova tank. Yeah, it's a Genova tank, and that's
he walked into the wrong franchise on accident. Like, this store said Star Wars and this one said Final Fantasy, and he walked into that one, and now he's in Star Wars.
Jason, don't lie. It's what happened is Kingdom Hearts is gonna get some Star Wars people, but in exchange, Star Wars got some Kingdom Hearts people, and that's how this game got done. So
right,
fully just wait till Yak Face appears in Kingdom Hearts 4, and you'll know how that trade went down.
I want Sephiroth David Lee Roth.
We got the better deal. The Japanese like, Yak Face. This is what we get.
Dave Filoni was all, yeah. I was listening to Van Halen, and I thought, what if we took Sephiroth and David Lee Roth and made him a Star Wars character? Diamond
Too hot
Dave.
for Tifa?
Yeah, too hot for Tifa. It's so dumb.
Come on, that was fast, right? You think I wrote it?
Yeah,
That was fast.
No, once I'm saying so dumb, I'm very amused. Blake Davison says, I might be way off here, but to me, it seems like every project is leaning towards the Palpatine cloning concept. Not necessarily Obi-Wan or Andor, but a lot of the other projects, even Jedi Fallen Order 2. I that really might just be, I mean, like when I saw that, when I saw the trailer for Jedi Survivor, I was like, I didn't go right to cloning. A lot of people did. I went right to, oh God, another fucking back to tank, huh? Like that's where I went. And and so it could be that, but it also, I think it has more to do with fans going right to that more than them. But in a few months, when we start seeing more of this stuff, maybe that will be dead on, and I'll be like, oh God, you were right, Blake. Not saying that I hate it, but it seems like the sole end game of many of the upcoming projects are about palp cloning concept. What do you think? I don't think we have anything like concrete on that personally. I mean, like the Grogu cloners who are interested in him might go that way, but that's still an assumption. And I think that's maybe the only thing that we have with any kind of grounding. Omega is a clone who's on altered clone, but we don't really necessarily, and we do see some of the tanks, like with some of the Snoke kind of guys and them different kind of super soldiers and stuff. But none of that, but that to me was saying more super soldiers rather than Snoke. And but it's so ambiguous. I think it's just like opening the door a little bit just in case they want to go there. but I like to think that they have a better idea than that. But yeah, it's nothing concrete though to really make a judgment on. Baymax says it should be a Star Wars land covering everything. You, like your sketchcraft, are wrong.
Nope.
Mark says
is that way you can keep your resistance. You can have a Millennium Falcon, right? That changes this like Star Tours exists out of continuity. There was no Star Tours ship in the middle of all those battles. Like just have some fun shit, man. Like,
do you know how many years
cool.
Star Tours has just annoyed me for that kind of stuff? How many years I've had to live? I'm like,
yeah, you're overthinking it. You literally are the fans I yelled at today on my stream who were looking at my Power Ranger piece. Goes, who's riding the Zord if they're all on the Zord? Oh my god, I fucking want to kill you.
No, that's what I was wondering myself. I was want to ask you, but
what was the movie where he says, I'm gonna like shit down your throat and like piss down like right down your shit down your throat. Like I don't know what that is right now, but I was like, I almost like fucking you're overthinking it. Stop. It's fun.
Yeah. That's why I think they should change it to the Mando era as the First Order is coming up. It allows them to have stormtroopers in there with First Order stormtroopers and all of the characters that people are seeing right now on the shows like Ahsoka and Boba Fett and Fennec and Mando and Grogu and so on.
Imagine if they tried to work the Toy Story ride into continuity.
Yeah, but that's Toy Story. Right. Okay. Ari says they used the immolation scene song on a TV spot for Kenobi, so I truly hope they played on the show. Yeah, I think they will. I really do. I really do imagine that song will show up. Jake says, do you think they'll explain how Reva knows? It was odd to me. So okay, so like here's something that like I don't have the answer to, but I know. But looking back at how I'm gonna be a little Princess Leia here. When you don't say anything, it says a lot, right? Kind of situation. And like when I was asking certain things. So I think the story is gonna go into a place, and I don't know the answer, but I think it's gonna do this. I speculate it's going to be that Reva is responsible for, or Obi-Wan is going to be responsible for Reva being in the Jedi Order, being a Jedi, and
it's the only thing that makes this sense,
Somebody was asking me though, too. They were like, I don't know if there's more to this or not, but like, have you noticed how like how she uses the Force in it is very like kind of strange. Like we see her
a little strange right now.
No. I mean, I'm serious though. Like not being critical of it. I mean, like it's like she pushes Kumail Nanjiani into the wall, and she acts like a cheetah.
Yeah, well,
for a second.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's weird, and I'm not trying to like be one of. It's all strange. What I mean by that is, if she's mad at Obi-Wan, let's say that is the case. Obi-Wan's the one who brought the order. She's mad at who she became, or that she became a Jedi Knight, had to deal with all this stupid shit, right? She's unhappy with her position in life, the choices she made. She wants someone to take it out on. She's not acting like someone who regrets who she is. She's the one who's acting the most like a villain. These other guys are like, hey, man, why are you being villainy? Like, you don't have to cut people's hands off.
That's true. The Fifth Brother's like, hey, you know what? If we tell people we're going to pay them, they'll just tell us stuff. Like, we don't really got to go and like cut off
she should be like
hands.
She right now, the way I read it, she should be like, I want to find Kenobi to give him a high five. It's best fucking job ever. Ever since he fucked up the order, I have been enjoying my work. Like, almost like the Riddler when the Riddler and Batman's like, hey man, you were working together, right? Kenobi like, no, wrong lessons, Reva.
I just knowing general Star Wars logic and how it would conceptualize it, it's just that she's the one who was probably the most hurt by and felt the most hurt by whatever went down. So,
which is why.
Well, I'm going to throw it out there.
It would have been great to see her in the beginning scene when they're all that Padawan being slaughtered scene, right? All that. if she was right there and we followed her through and she saw our friends get waxed, and the only way she can get revenge is by joining the side and getting revenge on the guys who caused it. Like, that is a theory,
Well-
right? Like, there are people who are like, the world's so bad, I'll join the bad guys so I can get revenge on the people who caused the world to be so bad. You know, since I can't do anything about the state of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, I also, I mean, I kind of, I haven't heard anything about this, but I was wondering about it. I was like, are they going to do a thing where Reva was supposed to be Kenobi's Padawan, and then like he didn't take her, he wasn't ready, and like Anakin,
that would be the worst.
you know, are they going to do something like that? Because like she has a personal vendetta against him, and so or was there a moment where she was like Nari? Like, did Kenobi hang her out to dry at some point for some reason in some other way, and like not protect her, and then she was scooped up or something? I don't know.
If she knows she knows Anakin Skywalker's Vader, I can't imagine anyone says, "I wish I were his Padawan. Look what happened to him." I can't become Obi-Wan's Padawan. You turn into Vader. I could see her blaming Obi-Wan for creating Vader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Vader's the reason. So if she had to use the dark side, like that scene, let's say all of them are like trying to be good Jedi to defeat the clone troopers, but she only survived because she used the dark side.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And it
she feels
twisted her.
What was her line, dude? What would she say? Like, what I'm owed?
What I'm owed. Yeah.
Yeah. What could he owe her? $16? Sounds like $16 to me. But no, yeah. I mean, it's. I hope whatever the answer is, I hope it's convincing. You know. Do you think do you think it's going to be? Is your sense it'll be like,
will be
okay,
convincing?
Yeah.
Here's what my sense is. My sense is they're not going to show this. They're going to just have her tell him, and we has that scene that we know, and this just becomes a matter of dialogue between two people. And because the way this show's being written right now, I feel it's being written by a writer and not someone who's thinking visually. You know, so well, we mean Rob, writers write shit. I know, but some writers write visually, and some write with prose, and I feel we're getting a lot of prose with stuff. You know, So, yeah, I would hope with that scene with the kids and is something that is just edited weird, and we continue to see that scene. You know, and that ties into her somehow.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we will. We're not that. We don't actually. It's actually going to go really fast, surprisingly. Bestman says, "Man, the celebrations situation is crap. I get having exclusives for the con goers, but not showing any of the bigger panels is ridiculous. It is. It's ultimately stupid because you have a bunch of fame horror mongers that are just like, oh my god, it's who I saw on TV. They're happy."
It's not just Disney though, Jason. So
I know.
For years now, BlizzCon's done this thing where they're like, oh, you know, you can buy a BlizzCon pass and watch all the panels. That's not true. All the art of and concept art panels, the stuff with the actual artists, they don't stream them. It's just, you can watch our esports league for fucking all day. You know, like I just want to watch the art of where the artists come in and explain their thoughts about designing shit, and they don't stream it. And I have complained, man, when I worked with Blizzard, I'm like, I want to talk to someone about this BlizzCon shit because you guys are being represented. Like, all right, I don't want to hear about it. I'm like, but this is ridiculous. Like, so it is a mentality that the people that I believe put these together and stream it are not people who watch it for fun if they weren't, you know? And I just don't think they're thinking about what it's like for the other people. We should all be able to buy a pass to watch the panels and stream them if we don't want to go, you know?
Yeah. Or if I bought a pass, if I bought a pass, I should be able to watch every panel that is going on during the event, even, you know. I don't get it. I really don't. But at the same time, I think it's what happens when you have, I won't get into it, but yeah, it doesn't work for me, does it? And Bespin says, the back to tank guy is probably the guy Cal fights. They're both missing right arms. Or they were in a fierce jacking off contest. And
it's an arms race.
Was it armed? You son of a bitch! Fire.
Come on.
Yeah. You got the virtual hug. All right. Batorian says Bespin. As if Star Wars fans are only going to Celebration because they think, oh yes, I want to see all the content exclusively that 95% others don't get to see. Nice. Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
can still buy these exclusives online, all the toys.
I mean, they just want to say they were in the same room with some famous person and they're happy. Like at the end of the day, like that's all that they care about, and then the information gets out anyway. So it's not like, it's not like everybody leaves the room and they're like, nobody knows what we saw, but we were there. Like that doesn't
all
exist.
Taking pictures and streaming it.
And they want to share it. Like they literally want us to know. Like they want to share the experience with the people that aren't there. So yeah.
I know.
It's boneheaded. Carlin KS says, hey, you sexy human beings. My opinion, Obi-Wan is flames so far with a couple of small blemishes. Jason, if we are seeing Obi-Wan and Anakin in the dojo next week. Oh, no, that's not for like 3 weeks, man. That's Dojo's episode 5. Episode 4, round 1. Episode 5, recuperate. Episode 6, they go in. So for the fight. That's the way I think it goes. So so no. And then also remember when I was talking about flashbacks, I wasn't sure. Like we actually got the answer. I was like, I don't know if those are new or not. And they ended up not being new. They ended up being archival footage, if you will. So I think that's going to be a couple weeks though. Harkey says, how many Star Wars Cal Kestis games do you think there will be besides these two? One more? I don't know. I played Fallen Order for like 5 minutes on the Xbox, the Xbox Series X, whatever it's called. And boy, it looked a lot better. It looked a lot better, but also I could still see where it was like a last gen game in certain ways. And so I'm looking forward to that next one. But I think it just depends on where that story goes, because we haven't seen in Star Wars gaming too many characters carry a franchise in gaming where they continue on with it for a long time. And I think that's a mistake. So if Cal ends up having like a bunch of games set during those couple of years that he's active during the dark times, I think that could ultimately be a really good thing for gaming and for like the story, because the first game is very cinematic.
Can I whine a little bit here, Jason?
Sure.
Right, little grievance of mine, right? Little general grievances.
Right? Yes. General grievances.
I need little characters for this so I can bring out the characters.
Yeah.
I'll do little shitty sketches of George, and that I'd be willing to do.
I'm gonna write you a General Grievances theme song. I'll do that and I'll play that whenever it's time.
The last time we had a reoccurring character, his name was Kyle Katarn, and then this guy's Cal Kestis. It's just this CCKK thing. It just drives me fucking nuts. Come up with some name. It's so similar, bro. It's so.
I gotta
similar.
be honest though. Kyle Katarn would try to get you to like rent Boondock Saints. That's why.
Cal Kestis was trying to get you to watch Gotham. So like it just it's just the name is so similar.
I would rather.
I don't know.
I think Cal it's either like a cool Star Wars name or a used car salesman name, but
it's Superman's name.
But Kyle, that's like a South Park character to me.
Katara, Cal.
You know what I mean? Though, yeah. I think it's an improvement personally. If I had to go, one against one, if I had to be like Lucasfilm was like, which name gets to exist, I'd be like, well, Cal sounds like a better Star Wars name than Kyle.
Katarn sounds better than Kestis.
Katarn is hard. Katarn.
It sounds like katana.
Well, it sounds like guitar to me.
Oh, no one likes guitars.
I hate the word guitar. That's why I call it
Kestis sounds like testicles.
Kestis sounds cool. Kestis sounds
it does
cool.
now. You're going to hear it now. Every time you hear it, you're going to think of testicles. All 57 of you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I wonder if the Obi-Wan show ends with Obi-Wan and Vader parting ways knowing that both are alive. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think it might fall into a little bit of ambiguity there, just like it did originally. But we'll see. I don't want to say too much on that. Do you think Disney Plus Star Wars series could end up showing in cinemas? That could be a business. Yeah, we're talking about this the other day, Luis. I was like, I would love if that was possible. I would love if I could spend $20 and go watch all 6 episodes of Kenobi in the theater, like at like a special event. But they also want to keep I think they would want to keep theatrical releases very special. And if I have seen Star Wars in a theater this year, then next year when the movie comes out, for instance, it's a little less special. I'm less likely to spend a little more money seeing it again and again and again. So I think I don't know if it would be in their best interest to do that, but I would love if they did it. I mean, I would go the same, but I don't know if it would water down the brand at all for theatrically or not. But I'd go.
Plus, theater owners don't want things that aren't going to have big marketing pushes.
Mm-hmm.
They've seen the limits of that most recently.
I don't know, dude. Like my theater shows like fucking like Pink Floyd and shit, and then, like you go to it and there's like 3 people in there. Like wouldn't it be cooler? Wouldn't it be cooler if we weren't seeing like Stevie Nicks acoustic, and we could just go see Obi-Wan instead? Sometimes.
I guess. I mean, I'm not going to theater and risking COVID to watch TV. I do think though that Mando should be culminating in a big movie. So,
oh sure,
but
yeah.
It's not. So.
Yeah, well,
life.
Maybe it will. Maybe it will.
You remember when everyone went to the theaters to go see the premiere of Inhumans? Remember how that worked out for you?
Harky, do you think that Bo-Katan will pass away in Mando season 3? No, because I spoiled the end of it and she's there. so no, I don't think so. Arya, when do we get Reva's story flashback? Because the sooner it gets here, the more people understand her situation. It would be dumb if they did it in episode 6. I don't know. I do think that I think and hope that there is more to Reva than we know still. That will make her, maybe her motivations make more sense and stuff like that. But also Arya, as per our conversations, whether it's good or bad, she is the decided grift. Before she was good or bad, she was the decided grift. So realistically, the more they do with Reva, the more they're going to grift on it, even if it's good. And then, and one time me and Arya were having a conversation, and she was like, I wonder if they had done something different, if all of this would be different or something. And I was just like, I don't think so. I think they would just find something else. I think it would just be a different story, different grift, but still going to grift on it, faux outrage, wrestling. That's how they act like it's fucking wrestling. Dale says, I was just going to comment 69 watching and began streaming 69 minutes ago. All right. Darth Maul was in Solo. And Solo was in Darth Maul. Louis says, the Grand Inquisitor showing up in any other episode as a cyborg? Not that I know of. So last night, actually, Arya messaged me and she was like, hey, asking about like the Grand Inquisitor stuff. So I went back to my notes. I started going, oh, wait a minute. I can't really place him in the later episodes, truly. I started looking at what my notes said, and it said like Inquisitors. And I never heard or read or wrote down the Grand Inquisitor. Like that didn't happen. So I'm a little like, I just think it's Inquisitors with Darth Vader and on Jabim. So I can't put him at the scene of the crime, Jake says, interesting. Hope they explain it, because right now the only thing I can see coming from the Daiyu situation is an angry Palpatine, Vader, and Grand Inquisitor. Oh yeah, no, she's Reva's fucking up. Phil says, who do you think is in the Jedi Survivor tank? I think it's somebody new, personally. I think it's just going to turn out to be a new character, and they want us all asking who is it, and then they're like, it's Doug McMasters. I'm like, Doug McMasters? Oh yeah, Kyle Katarn's neighbor, Doug McMasters. And then now it's like, everyone's like, well, tell me more. Oh, Doug McMasters, he was going to college when he decided to try to be a Sith Lord, and he failed, but he has the dark side now. And then it's like a whole thing.
He had to learn to keep his big mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And my dad would go, "That's right. You got to learn to keep your big mouth shut." That's what he would tell me every time Louis Gossett Jr. would say that. He would go, "That's right. You got to join the military and learn to keep your big mouth shut. I'll send you to a military academy." I'm like, "Dad, you can't afford. We can't afford the $4 box of cereal. You're not affording military academy." Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
My big mouth shut.
I know. I did one time. My parents said that they were going to send me to military school, and I said, "You won't send me to summer camp."
Right. You're out your mind. Like, I'm really afraid. Ooh.
Yeah,
I joined the military anyway. What does it matter?
Right.
I set myself.
Baymax says,
depressing day that was.
He literally trolls her and gives her a shove and then saunters off. Then they set her up, chopping off hands, throwing the knife, and they walk it back. Writers make no sense in that scene. I think that it's like the problem that they're having with Reva is that she not the writers but the characters is that they want a little more finesse. They're like if you start right at 10 the whole time, then you're just a maniac, and she wants to go there, but she hasn't learned that because they're continually holding her back from it. I think if they just let her go off on her own, she would just tear everybody apart and realize, oh, I didn't get what I needed. I didn't get anywhere. But they're, and they have that line where you could tell that she's maybe, I think perhaps, maybe I'm wrong, but I think she's maybe struggling with taking the Grand Inquisitor's teachings and applying them on her own, because her impulse is to just go fucking straight, for the jugular. And that's why she like says, I'm going to let, the Jedi hang himself. Like, she's like literally voicing back what he says at that point. And, but then of course she has her ulterior motive. Are you okay, Penny?
Yeah, I'm bored.
Okay. I'm going to read one more comment and then we're going to go. Okay. I got my kid is saying I must be a father now. The comedy of it is I'm going to go spend time with her. She's going to look at me for 2 seconds, get on her Switch and be like, put on her headphones and be like, bye. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, you can go, but I'm done here. That's what you don't have headphones. Okay. Want me to take you to buy some headphones?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take Penny to buy some headphones because she doesn't have any. Louise says, but Rebels is 4 years after Kenobi. Grand Inquisitor has to be alive. I can only place him again at the end during the scene where Vader kills Reva. Maybe he shows up there. Yeah, maybe he does. You know what I mean? Like I can't say to make it. So when I was getting like the ends, that like stuff from like the final days of shooting, and I'm like, one of my sources would tell me like here's kind of what it was, right? Would not explain. And then another one, when I would try to go for like for the double confirmation, was a yes or a knower. Not a grower or a shower, I guess, or a knower. And so I'm like,
fun.
Yeah. So I ended up like, so then Reva goes back. And she's killed by Darth Vader. How does he kill her? And it's like, you son of a bitch. How does he kill her? Does he cut her head off? How does he do it? Does he choke her? What is it? Oh. But at the same time, it's like when you're literally getting something at that level with that amount of heat and you're pulling it off, you're just happy that you did it. You know what I mean? And so it would be great to of taking it even further than that, but also I like that it, like, for instance, like I didn't tell people how she dies. I didn't tell her like how it goes down. And so that still leaves a little baby bit of ambiguity, a little bit like, so what's going to go on, but not so much that like, you're not like, oh, so that's like when you watch it now, you're going to be like, oh, that's how it happens. And I think maybe that's the sweet spot. How's it going, kid? Yeah. Should we end it?
Yeah.
Is it time for the Jedi to die?
Yes.
All
That
right.
means Butt Cheek's gonna die.
Are you calling Rob butt cheek?
Yes.
She's calling you butt cheek. By the way, actually, before we go, hold on. I want to ask you. I want to ask you a couple of questions really quickly before we go. Just real quick. When we were watching Kenobi last night,
Mm-hmm.
and little Princess Leia was like running away, not listening to Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Was that making you mad, or were you into it?
It was fine.
It was fine.
She seems like really overprotected, but like when she's with her parents,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, not like me, where I just like drop you off down the street and come do a stream. No,
Yeah.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
You leave her a Jag in a box.
No, because
refillable.
I wish I had this on film because we were watching it, and when Leia runs away, she goes, "Girl, why are you running?" Like she was so mad at her, and I was like, so I'm like, is this frustrating to you, or is it good? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to ask because, like, I think it's like the first time I've seen a Star Wars show with a character like your age. That's like, oh wow, in a weird way, that's like the closest thing for a Star Wars character for Penny.
She's 10 and I'm 7.
Yeah, but she looks like she's 6.
She's like 3 years older than me.
Yeah, that's not that far.
Have you seen the opening to Stranger Things yet?
We watched the opening to Stranger Things last night, but we got tired. We watched.
Don't watch it every time.
We watched 11 like being a little.
She's supposed to be about 10 in there, though, right? You know what I mean? Like even with the
yeah.
So like it is interesting to see what 10 looks like.
Don't do that. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to call it a show. Thank you, everybody. By the way, if you're a channel member, you get access to the Discord, and the Discord is a good time. Hey. And yeah, we try to post stuff in there all the time. So come and hang out in the Discord if you're a channel member or a Patreon supporter. I put the link in both places. And yeah, and if any big news pops up anywhere, I'll jump back on. I'll tell Penny.
No.
You know, I'll tell Penny.
I won't. I'm done for tonight.
I'm boring.
I'll say butt cheek. Rob's done for the night.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hire Rob to babysit. No, I'm kidding. All right, everyone. Thank you again.
Don't do that.
Y'all, here's some crayons. These were my babysitters.
I wish.
Oh, and here's
crayons.
okay. Anyways,
get the fuck out of my house.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys Monday, or I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for Bad Batch, and if you want to come on for Bad Batch, cool. You're going to your mom's tomorrow. What do you care?
I don't annoy you.
Oh, okay.
I annoy everybody.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.